Hey guys, LevelCap here, and today in gaming we have some new info about Apex Season 8, Call of Duty League might be expanding to Warzone, Valve have multiple games in the works, and much more. The launch trailer for Apex Legends Season 8 is here. It sets up Fuze's entrance as the game's next hero and previews what Kings Canyon map changes will look like. This rework will see huge chunks of the map's natural landmarks blown away. It may also feature Fuze's down ship as a new location. As for Fuze himself, the trailer doesn't really give us much info, but thanks to data miners we have some ideas of what he offers. His tactical ability is an airburst grenade that can be shot mid-air. His ultimate is supposedly called the Mother Load that fires a missile from a cannon on Fuze's back. After the missile hits, it spreads burning flames as an AoE. Finally, his passive might be the ability to hold stacks of grenades. Season 8 is also introducing a new weapon called the 30-30 Repeater. It's a lever-action rifle that shoots heavy rounds. Of course, Season 8 will also introduce a new battle pass with 100 levels and a new ranked ladder to climb. The big question is whether or not Apex's Switch port is launching with the Season 8 update. The original trailer revealing Season 8 had text saying that the Switch port was launching alongside it in some regions. Otherwise, there's been no official word about the state of the port or when we can expect it, and the text was quickly removed. But it seems likely that the Switch port is coming out soon. Apex Season 8 launches on February 2nd. Call of Duty's League tournaments may be expanding to include Warzone this year. Activision haven't officially announced the expansion yet, but a top executive who oversees the league is saying it's happening in the coming weeks and months. Call of Duty League, aka CDL, is returning with Cold War in February. All matches will be played online due to the pandemic. The real question is how Warzone competitive tournaments will actually operate. Warzone's recent events like Twitch Rivals have featured groups of players joining public matches and racing to get the highest score via kills and wins. Concerns about these groups exploiting the game's matchmaking system to get favorable lobbies exploded recently when it was revealed to be an incredibly easy exploit. Hopefully, CDL will stick to private matches or enforce strict guidelines that expressly forbid any exploits. The discovery of these exploits casts doubt on every official Warzone event that's ever happened. A similar thing happened last year with CSGO's coaching bug scandal. While the CSGO situation was on a much larger scale and a much more severe exploit, it had damning consequences for the game's integrity. If Warzone is already struggling in public tournaments, there's no telling how bad things could get at a pro level. On top of that, Warzone's weapon balance is routinely in disarray with every new edition. The devs have a lot to sort out before I think anyone is ready to accept Warzone as a viable esports game. Hitman 3 is shaping up to be the best game in the franchise yet. Reviews are pretty much universally praising it. On a technical level, it seems to run great on all platforms. The one hitch in the game's launch was the account progression website players used to transfer their save data between games actually went down for a few hours. As for importing levels from Hitman 2 into Hitman 3 on the PC platform, it seems like the process is pretty painless. Owners of Hitman 2 should get the access pass for it in Hitman 3 at no extra charge. If that's not the case now, it will be in the coming weeks. That said, progression should carry over regardless. The head of Valve, Gabe Newell, says that the company has multiple unannounced games in development. A few years ago, he revealed the studio was working on several full-length games during a series of media events hosted at Valve HQ. Since then, they've rolled out Half-Life Alyx and their card game Artifact. The success of Alyx has apparently gotten Valve's employees excited about doing more single-player games. This could mean we're finally getting a proper Half-Life 3 or Portal 3 or, well, a third game in any of Valve's franchises. Data miners recently discovered Valve are adding RTX support to their Source 2 game engine. That could have significant implications for Valve's future games considering how often they develop games around mechanics rather than developing mechanics for a game. Indie game Golf With Your Friends has been acquired by publisher Team 17 for over $16 million. The game initially launched in 2016 as a PC early access title, but was ported to multiple platforms last year. Since then, it's seen a massive surge in popularity. The acquisition by Team 17 ensures the developers can continue supporting the game with future updates and DLCs. In other indie gaming news, the developers of Limbo and Inside are hiring for an unannounced project. The job listing is apparently looking to fill out an entire dev team. It describes the project as a third-person sci-fi adventure. It also says the director role will require open-world, AAA, or other related experience. It also sounds like the game will be published on the Epic Game Store. The project's concept art is reminiscent of their previous games, but much more open and grander in scale. Considering how good Limbo and Inside are, it's pretty exciting to see the studio tackling an even more ambitious project. Activision-Blizzard is currently valued at $72 billion, thanks in part to microtransactions and, well, COVID-19. Gamers being stuck at home means they're spending more time in games and are more likely to buy skins and other microtransactions and DLC. The surge in sales has massively boosted Activision-Blizzard's profits. They're pulling in over $1 billion per quarter on microtransaction sales alone. Their next earnings call is on February 4th. They'll likely reveal the insane sales numbers Call of Duty Cold War has pulled in. Apple are allegedly making their own VR headset. It currently includes a fan and is compatible with prescription lenses, according to Bloomberg. Apple have been tinkering with an augmented reality device similar to the Magic Leap for years. This new VR headset project could be a precursor to that augmented reality device's launch. It's expected to hit store shelves next year and is a self-contained headset running on Apple's next-generation ARM processor. It'll run on a version of their iOS operating system called ROS. Despite Apple's perception as a boutique company with overpriced products, they often help define mainstream trends in computing hardware. If anyone can make the average smartphone owner understand the potential of VR, well, it's probably Apple. That said, the big roadblock to mainstream VR adoption seems to be pricing. Apple's headset will probably be pretty pricey. That could be disastrous, but again, Apple tends to get away with overpriced tech. Nvidia released a GPU driver hotfix that finally addresses some major VR issues with VR gaming and Adobe's Premiere Pro video editing software. The VR bug caused all sorts of frame rate issues, causing many games to be unplayable. The hotfix also addresses constant crashes caused by driver issues with Detroit Become Human and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. This hotfix's release is a pretty big deal, as Nvidia rarely rolls out such substantial improvements outside of proper driver releases, so these issues were clearly pretty extreme. Hopefully they get rolled into a new driver update soon. Until then, you can download the hotfix from Nvidia's official website. Before we get to our final story, I just wanted to say thank you for tuning in. If you're enjoying news coverage, be sure to subscribe, turn on that notification button so you don't miss any breaking news. A PC fan port of the original Sonic games offers a pretty unique way to play them. The classic Sonic titles are often seen as an oddity in gaming history. The gameplay mechanics encourage you to go as fast as possible, but the levels and camera are intentionally designed to slow you down constantly. This PC fan port lets you zoom the game's camera all the way out to reveal basically, well, the entire level. And while it's not the intended way to play for obvious reasons, it is illuminating seeing areas of the levels that were previously hidden beyond the bounds of the camera. The screenshots of the full levels are so oddly satisfying. If you're interested in checking out that port, the article linked below has all the information you need. And that wraps it up for today in gaming. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.